Good morning. Heather Lambert here, your Star Director. Welcome to day 2 of the 6 Skills of the Selling System workshop. We're talking about bookings today. So I'm so glad you could join us. And if you are watching the replay, please let us know you're watching the replay so we know you watched the replay. We're going to talk about booking. We're going to talk about schedules. We're going to talk about all kinds of fun things today. So I'm super excited. I hope you're excited. Cassandra's here. What's up, girl? Rocking it. Didn't I see your name on a thing yesterday? Like paid it title or something? Amy Trask. Here, this is good morning. Good morning. All right, we got a lot to talk about, so I'm going to get right to it. And if you miss anything at the beginning, you can watch the replay. There you go. So today's topic starts out with a calendar. So I want to talk about calendars and planners first for just a second. If you have yours, you need it, so go get it. Mine is always handy. I have it right here at my desk. Da, da, da. This is the Law of Attraction Planner. If you see anything you like, that's what it's called, the Law of Attraction Planner. I do like this planner. It has a lot of extras in it, though, makes it a little thicker than I prefer. But I do like the layout. So, and I'll tell you why. Let me find a somewhat blank page so I don't show you my mess. How about that? All right, so lots of extra pages in this planner, but the important things are calendar, right? Now, I love the calendar page, but my favorite thing is that it has the spot on the side for lists, and then it has space down here to write and more listing and goal setting and stuff over here. It's a little overkill, but I need a space to write a list of things on the monthly calendar area. So that's what I like. And then it breaks out. So this is my favorite layout in a planner, is the week. I like it vertical. I like to see the entire week, and I need times so that I can block in and schedule. Now, I found a couple of them that do have a vertical weekly layout with times, but there's no other areas. I need a space to put what are my main focuses for the day, and I need a running list. So this is this week's priority. So this is the running list of things that I need to get done, and then I can plug them in on the days that I need to do them. But blocking out your time, I'm telling you, if you're feeling scattered and overwhelmed and really, really busy, because that was me. I was feeling like I was so busy all the time and that I was overwhelmed, I was tired, I was, I can't do one more thing. Can't do one more thing. But what I figured out was that, well, that's kind of a busy week. I'll show you this week. So this was actually a really busy week last week too. But you can see that you plug in the things that you have to do. So I have to pick up Christopher from the bus. I have to drop him off, right? I had some doctor's appointment, so I had to go to physical therapy. I had to take Joey to the ENT. So those are blocked out, those times. I had our Team Talk Tuesday. I had baseball, I have jujitsu, pick up Christopher. Nick's dentist appointment is up here. So everything gets blocked out, right? So what's fun is, you know, some planners, it's just like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you just put all the things that you have to do each day in the blocks. And you look at those blocks and they're full of writing, and it's just writing all the things that you have to do for the day. And you look at that and you go, oh my gosh, the whole thing is writing and it's all full. And you're so overwhelmed because you're so busy. And there's no time for anything, right? No time to work your business. But if you plug it in to times like this, see, I can drop Christopher off at the bus, take Nick to his dentist appointment, go to physical therapy. Then I have a block of time right here. Before I go get Christopher, I have a block of time. It's 2.5 hour block of time right here. I can work my business. Christopher is not home. I have nothing else going on. For 2.5 hours, I can sit and focus and work my business right there. I see where it is. I also could do it after school. If he's busy with the kids, I could do it there. Look over here. I have this huge block of time right here. I can work my business. If I need to go make deliveries in Orlando, look, huge block of time. I could go do that. This was actually my wrist surgery day, so the whole day was shot. But anyway, times are so, so important. Schedule your day. And I will do this like the week before, the Sunday before, so you can see this is next week. Next week is all blocked out. And if I had just written these things, right, on a day, on the block for the day, I would have been, oh, I've got 4 things to, like, it's so busy, I've got so much stuff to do. But when you write it out and block the times, you can see where you're not busy, where you have time. And this business, you guys, does not take hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. What it takes is consistency. And if you do just a little bit each day, we talked yesterday about power hours. If you find that power hour that you can sit and focus for an hour each day on your business will grow. Your paycheck will grow. Things will start happening, okay? You gotta do the right things. That's important. You can't just make samples every day for an hour. That's fun, but it doesn't make you money. But if you block it out and you find your time, so where have I got time? I've got time here, right? That's like 2 hours. How much time is that? 7:30 to 10 o'clock. 2.5 hours I have here and here. I have like 3 hours or 4 hours down here. I have this block of time. I'm actually going to Orlando that day. Is that the day I'm going to Orlando? No, this is next week. I'm going to Orlando this week. So I have this huge block of time right here. I've got this huge block of time right here that I can work my business, right? Now, do I have to work that entire block of time? No. I could pick an hour, I could pick 2 hours, I could pick 20 minutes. Depends on what's going on and how busy I want to be, how much I want my paycheck to be. Have I met my goals yet? Is my calendar full? Right? You get to decide. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about filling up your calendar. But I highly, highly, if you have not used time blocking like this, I highly recommend it. Highly. Vertical. Yes, vertical view, so that the days and the entire week, because I want to see my week. What is my week? There's too much going on. I need to know where I'm going each day and where the week is, right? I don't know about you guys, but that's just, when you got kids and craziness going on, I need to see the whole week. But the times are so, so critical. So that's the Law of Attraction Planner. That's what I use. Now that one is almost full. So I had to get a new one for 2019, and I found this at Office Max or Office Depot or wherever. It's a Day Designer. There is a Day Designer website, but this is the new one that Office Depot is carrying. It's super pretty, so I love that. I love a spiral, even better than the other. And this one is Perfecto. So you can see nice big calendar, monthly page, a list area over there, so I can write. These are my hostesses for the month, so I can keep track of what parties I have each month. And then the week schedule. So I've got my top 3 priorities, and then I've got my times, and then there's even list over here. So this is my running list of things to do for the week. And so that's what I do. I just make this main master list of things that need to get done. And then as the week goes on, I will plug these things into the day I'm going to do them. And I might just lift it up here. If it's not a time-bound thing, I'll just lift it up here that it's a focus that I want to make sure I get done for the day. If it's something that, okay, I need to get that done before Christopher gets home, then I might plug it in. And then I just check it off over here. So if there are things left on this list at the end of the week, then I just transfer them to the next week's list so that I can see what I got left to do. So I love, 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 love this planner. Can't wait to get into it more because it's skinnier. It doesn't have all the extras that the Law of Attraction one does. I love, like I said, I love the spiral and it's super pretty. So that's my Day Designer, but that's the biggest thing. I was using a Happy Planner. I'm taking my calendar out of it, but Happy Planner only has like the big blocks. It doesn't have the schedule and it doesn't go vertical for the week like I like. So I was actually photocopying from an Office Depot, cheap Office Depot planner, the vertical times, and taping it into my Happy Planner. And I just found that to be an ineffective use of time. So I found planners that work better. So I'm loving my Day Designer, and that one I know I can get each year and reorder, so that's fun. So that is my recommendation for planners: timing, balancing your life, schedules. If you've got kids, activities, crap going on, trying to work a business, trying to run a family, a household, you need a vertical time so that you can block out what you need to do, and then you know where you have gaps. And I tell you, it relieves the stress, okay? So once you look, you feel so busy because you've got this huge list of things to do, and you've got all these. I had 8 appointments last week. I was like, holy crap, we got 8 appointments. But when I plugged them all in, I found the gaps of time. I wasn't overwhelmed, and I didn't feel crazy because I knew I was going to have times where I could relax, where I could take a break. I knew I wasn't completely overbooked because I had them blocked into the times, and I knew there were spots and gaps in my schedule. And so it relieves some of that overwhelm and some of that stress. So I hope that helps. And everybody's going to go out and run out and find a new planner today. Okay, so booking. It's important to know your calendar and know your schedule when we're talking about booking, because that is one of the biggest tips, is to know what parties, when you can party. That's the first thing you got to know. You can't book a party if you don't know when you're available. If you start going back and forth 100 times with a hostess because you don't know when you're available and she doesn't know when she's available, and you're back and forth and nobody's available when the other one is, and blah, blah, they're going to lose interest in having a party with you. You got to know when you're available. So take a look at your calendar. The other thing that helps when you already know when you're going to party is it prevents you from working too much. And I know that sounds kind of crazy. We want you to work, work, work and make lots of money and build your business, but I don't want you to burn out and be crazy. Scentsy it can quickly become your life if you're not careful, because it's fun, because we love it and it makes us money. So we just want to keep doing it. But it's important not to burn yourself out and get completely consumed by your business. You want to have a life too. That's the whole point of doing this business, is so that you can enjoy your life more and be more flexible with your time, right? So knowing and scheduling and being in control of your calendar and your time is really important to kind of prevent you from consuming yourself with your business and forgetting about the things that are priority to you and more important, like your family, or like quality time with your kids or hubby, or whatever else is going on in your life. So it's really important. You want to show your family that you're putting them first, so that they continue to support you in your business. Because if you put your business before your family, they're going to start resenting that real fast, and it's not going to be good for anybody. So that is important. You also want to know, you got to have an idea of what your goal is. You got to know how much money you want to make. And if you haven't really thought about that and figured it out, each and every month, right? Each and every month. And you got to say it out loud. You got to write it down, say it out loud, make it real, put it in the universe, right? If it's just up in here, then you can excuse yourself right out of it and nobody knows the wiser. You got to say it out loud and write it down. How much money do you want to make this month? What do you want your paycheck in November to be? What do you want your paycheck in December to be? My goal in December, I pay for Christmas with my Scentsy check. So my husband says, well, how much is our Christmas budget? And I'm like, whatever my Scentsy check is, that's how much I'm spending on Christmas. So for me, I know I need a certain amount at least for Christmas. So I got, make sure I do that work in November so that my check in December is enough to take care of what I want to do for Christmas. So, but you got to know that each and every month. If you have a specific bill that you want to pay, we really want to pay the car payment with our Scentsy check this month, and our car payment is this much money. I really want to pay my kids' gymnastics fees this month, so I need this much money to pay their fees. Figure out what you want to do with your money and how much do you need, and work your way backwards. If you know you need $300 to pay for the car, then how many parties is that, right? You're going to get paid 25%. So if you need 300, that means that is a fourth. So 4 would be 1,200 PRV. If the average home party, $300 to $400, especially in November, what do you need? 4 parties at least, maybe add an extra just so you can make sure in case one cancels or one gets short. And if it's more, then great, you have extra. So I would say 4 to 5 parties you would want to book in November to get 1,200 PRV so that you can make $300. Okay, you got to do the math. You are a CEO of your business. This is a business. And if you want to make money, you got to run it like a business, and you've got to start thinking in terms of numbers, profits. What do I need to do to get the results from my business? So if I want to make $300 for a car payment, then I need to have 1,200 PRV. If I need 1,200 PRV, an average party is this much, so I need to have 4 to 5 parties. Okay, so I got to book 4 to 5 parties. Now I got to look at my calendar and find 5 or 6 days, right? I want to have an extra, so people have options. Maybe 6 to 8 days, just so you're flexible, that I am available to meet people to have parties. You got to have the time to do the 8 parties, right? So look at your calendar. So what we're going to do first, though, on your calendar is plug in what you're already committed to. What do you already have to take care of? I know I have to take Christopher to the bus. I know I have to pick him up off the bus, although I can get somebody to cover me on that if I need to. I know we have jiu-jitsu 2 days a week. I know we have baseball 3 days a week. I know I got to pick up Nick from college on Thursday nights. I know right now I have physical therapy on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know I have whatever your commitments are already, plug them into your calendar first. All right, that's your first step. Then you need to block off important time for your family. Do you and hubby have a regular date night? When is that usually? Block it off. What's going on in November? Does anybody have a birthday? Does anybody, well, Thanksgiving, so whatever your Thanksgiving plans are, make sure you block that off. Birthdays, anniversaries, meetings, appointments, all those things. If you have special things or fun things you want to do with your family, block it off, right? Once you've blocked everything off that you are already committed to and that is important and priority to you, now take a look at what's left. Where can you fit in your party dates? Circle them, mark them, put a sticker, put a big S, whatever, so that you know which dates you are available right off the bat. That is going to be your list of dates that you can offer people. And when you offer people a date, they're more likely to take it and schedule something that is going to actually happen. I get a lot of people that say, oh yeah, I'll have a party, you know, right before Christmas. And if we don't set a date, the party never happens. It just doesn't, because life gets in the way, right? If you don't specify a specific date, say that 3 times. If you don't pick a specific date and put it on your calendar and your host's calendar, I don't care how far in advance you're scheduling, their life will consume that date if it's not on the calendar, and there won't be room for a party. So you've got to put a party date on their calendar, a specific date and time, set an appointment on their calendar as soon as you possibly can, so that when they are scheduling life, they will schedule it around your party, and it is more likely to happen in your place. So it's important to get it on the calendar. Think about, like some people think they need to, especially in the beginning, when you're building your business, you may get somebody to host a party and you are like, okay, pick a date, I'm there. Like, because I just want to have any parties. One party is great. I'll make it happen. I don't care when it is. I will make it happen. I'm flexible. I don't want you to be, they're afraid that people will say, well, I can't party on those dates, so I don't want to party with you. But if you think about it, when you make an appointment, doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, hello, we will bend over backwards and cancel everything, pull kids out of school to go to a dentist appointment. Why? Because they are few and far between and hard to get. So if you get one, everything else is canceled if we're going to the dentist, right? Who's with me? Thumbs up and hearts, please, because that is the truth. So when you get an appointment with somebody that's hard to get an appointment with, you're going to stick to it. You're going to show up and nothing else is going to get in your way. Everything else is canceled. You're going to show up to that appointment. That's what you need your business to be. You need to be like, I only got 4 dates left in November. You better pick one or I'm going to run out, and you're going to miss out because people have FOMO. They don't want to miss out. And if you tell them there's only 4 dates and if they don't snag one, somebody else is going to get it, they're going to be like, oh, I better make one of them dates happen. And this way you are in control of your schedule. You are the CEO of your business. You are the professional. You're the expert, right? And so you get to tell them when you are available to party. It's not the other way around. So be careful with that. That's another way to avoid burnout. All right, so we have our days on our calendar. We can offer them to people. The other trick to this business is called front loading. So I just want to mention that real quick. Front loading is another way to relieve stress in your business. So we like to work smarter, not harder, you guys. There are so many things that you can do in this business to keep it fun and I don't want to say carefree, less work, more enjoyable, less stressful, right? You shouldn't be stressing about your Scentsy business all the time. Like, that's just no fun. It's not going to last long term if that's what you're doing. So you are in control of your calendar. You know what dates you need to party, and people party when you're available. That's the first rule. The other preference, and I say preference because it just doesn't always happen, but it is a preference to front load your calendar. What does that mean? It means the first 2 weeks, you try to get as many of your parties done and closed in the first 2 weeks of the month as you possibly can. If you can get to your 500 before the 10th of the month, golden. Why do I say 500? 500 is a magic number. 500 is more than a $100 paycheck if you're certified. Once you become a leader, though, and start building a team, you need at least 500 to get paid on anyone on your team. You want to remain a leader and remain active in this business, and really build a business, you got to have at least 500. And really, if you want to grow a significant business, you should be pushing more towards 1,000 to 2,000. But 500 is the minimum to get paid on your team as a leader. And so that, if you're looking to really grow, that should be your focus every month, to be hitting that without any issue. And in the beginning, it is more work. So don't stress. Some of you, I think, they're 500 and you go, oh my God, it's 500, so much. And in the beginning, it is more work. But once you start building a solid customer base and you start having repeat hosts, that 500 will happen without even trying, trust me. So front loading. So you're going to put as many parties right in the beginning of the month as possible. Why do we do this? First of all, you've hit your sales goals right off the bat, and now you can relax. You can breathe easy. You've hit your goal. The rest is cherry on top, right? So it relieves some of that stress and pressure. When you hit your goal early in the month, you can spend the rest of the month focusing on team members, training, personal development, and booking for the future. So right now in October, I am working on booking November, December, January. That's my focus right now. I'm trying to book November, December, and January's months. I'm not booking October. Now, if someone wants to party in October, or if I'm short my sales, then yeah, I'm looking for a party in October. But my goal is to book parties ahead of the month, like before the month even hits, I am booking way out. So that way when I get to the month, I know that whatever my sales goals is, I'm set, I'm good, because I have, I'll show you what I have on a whiteboard. See that right there? And that my hand is still sore, so I can't show you too well, but so these are the months. So this is October. So these are the parties I have booked in October. This is November. So I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parties booked in November. And then December has 2, January has 2, February and March have 2. So I have 2 parties booked out all the way through March. And then November is pretty full. So this, I'm starting to relax because I know that whatever my goal is for November, I'm probably going to hit with the parties that I have. So now I'm going to start thinking more about December and January and trying to fill those up. So I'm always booking ahead of time. Once November gets here, I can focus on my hosts. I can focus on host coaching, following up, all the extra little orders, and actually doing the parties. And once those parties are done, most of them are towards the beginning of the month, now I can focus on you guys. I can help support and cheer you on towards the end of the month. That's where my focus shifts. Not so much so you probably hear from me more at the end of the month. It's not because I'm worried about what your sales are and I'm seeing how much money. It's because I'm focused on my business at the beginning of the month, focused on you guys at the end of the month, because I've met my goals. Now that I've met my sales goals, now I can focus on you more. And then November, so the beginning of November, I'm going to be working. I'm going to be doing my thing. And then by the end of the month, I'll be looking at booking out December and January, and then taking a look at you guys and helping out. So that's front loading. It relieves stress. Again, right? Keep things easier. The other great thing about front loading is if your parties are booked all in the beginning of the month, if somebody cancels, because it happens, that happens, it's okay to overbook yourself. Something inevitably happens. So if they cancel and they were booked at the beginning of the month, you still have time within the same month to maybe reschedule them. So that's a benefit of having parties early on, is that you could still maybe sneak it in before the end of the month so that you still have that PRV for the month. So that's another great reason to, focus on front lighting. All right, let me see, what have I missed? Because I've kind of jumped around a little bit. Get it on the calendar, we talked about that. You're in control, offer them dates, just like an appointment. Okay, moving right along. Does anybody have questions so far? I see a lot of people on, but nobody is typing. Am I just missing my comments still? How we doing? You hear anything? Do you have any aha moments? All right, so you gotta set a goal for the month, know how many parties you need to have based on how much money you wanna make, right? Work your way backwards. You need to check your calendar and make sure you know when you are available for parties ahead of time. Let everybody know. All right, so number 3, now we've got to get our ask on, as they say. Sarah Robbins says that. You know Sarah Robbins. Great book, very inspirational, give you some good tips. She's got like a ton of tips too. Sarah Robbins, Rock Your Network Marketing Business. And she says that. You want to build a business? Get your ask on. You got to ask people. Now, lots of different ways to do this. So I'm going to give you as many ideas as I can. We have 30 minutes. Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. How many of you, yes, Amy, I'm telling you, it is a game changer. Like, that's what people say. I love planners. I'm totally a planner person. I struggled with consistency in my planner and actually using it to benefit myself until I got dates or times. As soon as I got times, it was like the heavens opened up, the angels sang. It's a world of difference. It will relieve your stress and overwhelm. You will know that you're not as busy as you think you are. You will show you where you're available so you know when you can work on focused periods of time. And yeah, it's like heaven. All right, booking your parties. So a couple of different things. Let's start out with Booking Blitz. So if you have a completely empty schedule and you really just need to book a bunch of parties, a Booking Blitz is a great place to start. It's also a great start if you are nervous and not sure what to say or how to ask people to have a party. So a Booking Blitz is simply, you set a period of time, usually a fairly short period of time, really 15, 20 minutes, and you get a significant Booking Blitz down. We've done Booking Blitzes at events and in trainings and meetings before for like 10 minutes and booked, like, the room will have booked like 50 parties that we didn't have 10 minutes ago. And all of a sudden we've got 50 new parties on our books for the group. So a Booking Blitz is great for a short little period of time, focused. And basically what you do is you contact, email, one-on-one contact, email, text, phone call, Facebook message, same as text really. as many people as you possibly can in that period of time before your timer goes. Like literally set a timer and go till the bell rings. And you message as many people as you can, one at a time, in that time frame. Don't cheat. People know it. They will feel you trying to group message them. Even if you do it individually, they will know it's not to them. You got to talk to people personally. That's key, you guys. If you're struggling in your business, it's because you're trying to like post to everybody all at once, and it's not personal. And if you're not personal with people and they don't think you care about talking to them personally, they're just going to ignore you. So it's about personal conversations, one-on-one personal conversations. So Booking Blitz, you message as many people as you can in the short period of time. And the cool thing about a Booking Blitz is you can blame it on us. Blame it on your team, blame it on your director. We're having a Booking Blitz on my Scentsy team, and my director has challenged me to book as many parties as I can in 10 minutes. Can I count on you? That's it. That's it. So simple. We're having a Booking Blitz. I'm trying to book as many parties as I can in the next 20 minutes. I've got dates available in November and December. Would you like one? Or which one would you like? Or is a Friday or a Saturday work better? Or like just put it out there, and now they've got to respond. If they know, like, and trust you, and they need some Scentsy, they're probably going to order some anyway. They'll be like, sure, let's chat. But the initial conversation is quick, fast, get in, get out. I'm doing a Booking Blitz. It's not my fault. My director put me up to it. Like literally, that's the cool thing, is you can just blame it on us. I got to book as many parties as I can in the next 10 minutes. I'm booking for November, December, and January. Which month would be good for you? Which month can I count on you for? Which month can I put you down? Can I put you down as a yes? Right? Just throw it out there, as many people as you can. Message, text, email. Email really, for a Booking Blitz, is not the best. Texting is the best. Text, Facebook message, those are the best forms of communication for a Booking Blitz. But picking up the phone works. Emails if you have to. And you just contact as many people as you can, literally. And because you are telling them you're short on time, and you're telling them that it's a thing you're doing with your team, so it's not really your fault that you're doing this, they will forgive you, and they won't think you're just being kind of salesy looking for money. You're like, I'm so sorry, but I've got a short time, and this is what I need, and are you in? And you don't have to wait for a whole group of us to do it. We do it on our team every now and then, but you don't have to wait for us. You can do a Booking Blitz on your own any day of the week. You can do it every day of the week. I don't care. Go down your Facebook list of friends, go through your contacts on your phone, and start messaging. You could even take a picture of yourself and be like, can you help me, please? And be like, people like that personal connection. It'll make them smile. Maybe they'll take pity on you, and they'll say, sure, I'll take December. So when the messages come in, remember, you will get more no's than yeses. People will say no, but it's not no to you. They're just not in the mood right now to talk about that or to do that. And you can deal with that later. A Booking Blitz is all about quick, fast, get in, get out. So when the people start messaging you back, that's when you can start having more detailed conversations. If they say, oh yeah, I'll take December right before Christmas, and then you message them back when your time is up, and you start narrowing in and get a date on the calendar. Pick a date. I don't care, it's 2 months in advance, pick a date. If you need to change the date, I always tell people, I like to put a date on my calendar. That way we both know when this is happening. If we need to, I'll check in when and get closer. If we need to tweak it, we can. It's fine. Give someone out, but it's on the calendar. So you message everybody back, get dates booked, find out what kind of party they like. So this is one of those objection things. If they're like, well, I don't really want people over my house, and there's no way I'm having people in my home, there could be a lot of reasons for that. Maybe they are embarrassed of their home. It's too small, it's too crowded, it's too dirty. Maybe they have too many pets, and it's difficult to have people over with a lot of animals. Maybe they have just don't feel like cleaning to have company. They feel like they got to do that, and they just don't have time for that. So there could be a lot of reasons why they don't want people in their home. So you got to offer them other options, right? That's fine. If you don't want it in your home, I can just get you a basket. You can take it to work, share it with your friends and family, or if they're kids sports team family, then you can be like, hey, just take the bag to practice or the next game, pass it around so you can collect orders. So you got to offer them, we call it either a basket party or a party on the go, show on the go. You can call it a bag party, whatever. Basically all it is catalogs, order forms, some testers. Anything else is extra. I always like to throw in some join stuff. I like to throw in maybe some drawing slips, couple of samples so they can smell some things, send to them on the flyer, that kind of thing. But basic basket party, testers, catalogs, and order forms. They share it around, people sniff, they place their orders, they give them to the host brings it back to you, good to go. And so that's a quick, simple way if people don't want people in their house. If you are able to, you can offer up your own home. It's like, that's okay, you can have it in my house. We could go have a party at a restaurant, at a bar. Melanie does her most multi-hosted shows at a bowling alley. I know a lot of bar restaurant places around here that have like a party room. You could do it in a party room at a restaurant. You could go to like a Panera or take the kids to Chuck E. Cheese and the parents could sit at the booths so that they're not bothered by the kids and sniff testers and place orders. Party. There are so many different options. So if it's just that they don't want people in their house, just offer them some other options. And if they still say no, don't argue and try to convince them. They're just not ready. Doesn't mean you can't ask again later at another time. Might be better for them. But right now, you're done. Move on, right? Don't ever write people off when they tell you no, whether it's to join your team or to host a party. Sometimes the average number of contacts before somebody will agree and say yes is often 7 to 12. So if they haven't said no to you like 10 times, you keep asking. You don't have to ask them every day, let some time and go in between, but you've got to connect with them and offer them whatever it is you're offering them like 10 times, and they have to turn you down like 10 times before they're actually a no. That is an average statistic. Sales in general in the whole world, 7 to 12 contacts. Yeah, yes. I'm just saying. Some of you on this team took that long to join. You know you did. I did. I went to 4 Scentsy parties before I even considered becoming a consultant. And then even then it took me 2 days to make up my mind. So yeah, you got to keep asking. All right. So Booking Blitz, great way to get started and get a bunch of parties on your calendar really quick. They can do home party, they can do basket party, they can go to an event outside. If they don't want to host their own party, ask them if they know of anyone needing a fundraiser or anyone hosting a vendor event. People know about this stuff. Do you know about any vendor events in your area? Any craft fairs? Any, there's a lot of things going on right now this time of year, fall festivals, Christmas things, all of the Knights of Columbus and Moose Lodges and Legion Halls and churches. They all have vendor events this time of year, craft fair type things where you can rent a table and bring some Scentsy stuff and have your stuff out. That's a great way to get new contacts that you can then turn into customers, hostesses, and team members, and a little bit of sales. Never focus on sales and event. Always always your goal is to collect contacts, book parties, find recruits. Sales are extra at an event. Hopefully you recoup your costs, but it's not always. Fundraisers too, same thing. You're not going to make a ton of cash at a fundraiser, but you're going to get a huge amount of new contacts, and then you have host rewards to build inventory that you can use for gifts or giveaways or sell later. So offer them options. The other thing you can offer people is a theme party. Sometimes just a Scentsy party they have in their head is like this boring thing while their friends sitting around you trying to sell them something. So make sure that they know that the party is going to be fun. You want them to host a fun event that will have Scentsy at, if that makes sense. It's not necessarily a Scentsy party. It's a party. We're going to talk and sniff some Scentsy while we're there. So themes are great to get people excited. I've been doing a couple of bingo parties. Those have been a great hit. So it's come play bingo at my house, and we're going to talk about Scentsy in the meantime, and all the prizes are Scentsy, and then we're going to sniff Scentsy when the bingo game is over. You could do Halloween parties. So we've had Halloween costume parties for Scentsy parties. You can ask Joelle Drake about that if you see her someday. I won't go into it today. St. Patrick's Day, sip and sniffs, where everybody brings a bottle of wine and everybody's going to just share and taste wine all night. And while we do that, we'll sniff some Scentsy. You could do flip-flop parties, you could do pool party, you could do brainstorm, go crazy, really like go nuts and think about what is a theme that we could have. You could do football parties, it's football season, World Series parties, the guys will show up. That's always good for the party sales, believe it or not. When the guys come, your party sales will be bigger. That's a tip. If you can turn it into some sort of couple thing that the guys want to come to, you will have more sales. So have a big football party. Watch a football game and do Scentsy before, or do Scentsy at halftime. Great, great opportunity. So just think about how you can get them to host something fun, and then you'll bring your Scentsy to it. And again, bag parties, restaurants, other places is always a possibility. Sometimes if people don't want to book an actual party and invite their friends, they're looking to make sure this is a cool deal before they embarrass themselves in front of their friends, to be honest. So maybe they just want to book a one-on-one sniffing session, right? Don't want to host a party, that's fine. How about a sniffing session? Just you and me, I'll meet you at Panera. We'll have lunch, breakfast, coffee, whatever, and I'll bring my Scentsy where you can sniff and make a wish list that we can give to your husband. Right? Not even any pressure to purchase anything, you just want her sniffing. Why? Because when you sit one-on-one with somebody and they are sniffing bars, and sniffing testers, checking out the catalog, and you're showing them a couple of things, they're gonna get excited, they're gonna have a huge wish list. Now they love the stuff and they want to share it with their friends and family. And they're more likely to agree to host a party after you have done that. So if they're hesitant to actually book, do a one-on-one meeting, either at their house, your house, and like I said, go to Panera's, coffee shop, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. Let's do a sit and sniff, coffee and conversations. If you want to bring a friend, go ahead, no pressure. And we'll just do some sniffing and make a list of your favorite scents. Like I said, their list is going to get long. They're going to realize they need a party for the host rewards, and that's what you tell them. I can help you get some of that for free. You really should get your friends together. Isn't this fun? Let's get your friends together. We'll do it again. It's so much fun. I get everybody some free prizes, play some games, and we'll get you some of your stuff for free. The biggest mistake people make booking parties is thinking it's about them. It's not about you. It's about your host. It's what you can get for them. It's what they're going to get out of having this party. So find out what they want. Show them how your Scentsy party, and for recruiting too, how your Scentsy business can help them get what they want, and they will do anything. I promise. But don't, when you're asking people, your words matter. And if you're saying to everybody, can you host a party for me? Then it's about you. It's about you making money, and why should they do something for you? They're busy. I'm too busy. I don't have time to do something for you. So don't ask people to have parties for you. Now, caveat, Booking Blitz, it's kind of about you. It's quick, it's to the point, it's kind of a different beast, so it doesn't count. But when you're having conversations with people, you have new prospects, you have really good customers, and you want to help them get free stuff. It's about them. So don't you want to have, you look like you need to have a girls' night. Why don't we get your friends together? I'll bring my Scentsy stuff. We'll have a good time. They really, really want a warmer that they can't afford. I know you really want that warmer. I would love to help you get it for your half price. Why don't you get some of your friends together, or I'll get you a basket. You can collect some orders and we'll get you that warmer for free. I know you really want it. It's about what they want and how you can help them get it. That's how you book parties. If it is about you, please have a party for me. I'm trying to book my business. I'm starting this business. Won't you host a party for me? No, your business is going nowhere. They don't care. Your mom might do it. Your very, very best friend might do it, but they feel like they are obligated, not that they really want it. And so your party's not going to be that successful because they're not going to try very hard. They're doing you a favor just by hosting. So they're not going to work for it. If they want something and you are there to help them get what they want, now they're going to work for it. They're going to work hard. They're going to get people there. They're going to collect orders. It's going to be great. And they're going to want to do it again and again and again because their rewards are going to be amazing. So don't ask people to do parties for you. Ask if you can help them get free stuff, if you can help them have some girl time, if you can help them sit with you and just have a relaxing, fun day, make a wish list for their husband for Christmas or whatever. Get them some free stuff. It's all about them, their benefits. The other thing I like about a little trick about booking parties is to have basket parties ready to go. So you got to be prepared. So I keep little purses, little bags. I have a little Halloween bag right now. I have some of the Scentsy little insulated bags that I keep with testers, catalogs, and order forms, a few other little goodies in them ready. And sometimes I'll carry them around with me because this actually happened once. I saw somebody at Dairy Queen one day. I was getting ice cream with kids, and I saw somebody came in, and she was kind of an acquaintance person, knew I did Scentsy, and I hadn't seen her in a little bit, and I said, oh my gosh, the new scents are out. Have you seen the new catalog? And she said, no, I haven't seen the new catalog. I said, well, I just happen to have, and that's my favorite line, I just happen to have a bag of testers. Would you like to take it so you can smell the new scents, take a look at the catalog, and share with your friends, take it to work. If anybody has any orders, you get to do 100, I'll get you some free stuff. Oh, okay. She'll take the bag. She'll sniff it. She'll find stuff she likes. She'll share it with other people. You may or may not get orders, but it could turn into a $500, $600, $800 basket party. Like, you never know. So I love to just happen to have things ready to go. Sometimes I bring them to home parties. If I'm at a home party and I will talk to somebody who's thinking about having a party, I said, well, I just happen to have a bag of testers for you. Would you like to take it with you right now? Oh, okay, sure. I'll take it with me. So that's a great way to be. You got to be prepared because you never know who you're going to run into. And that could turn into a party. The other thing that I was doing that my husband actually called me out on is I said, well, I've asked, lots of people, and this goes with recruiting and with booking. You got to ask people the question. Uh-oh. Hang on. I hope it's still there. Reload site? No, don't reload site. I hope I'm still here. Am I still here? Eek. You have to actually ask the question. And I went for a long time where I would say to people, well, if you'd like to do it, let me know. If you are interested, let me know. I'll get you more information. If you would like to earn some free and half price stuff, let me know. We'll pick a date for you to book a party. I never actually asked a question that they had to answer. And so that is the key, is to get them into a this or that situation where they have to pick one. They got to tell you yes or no, Friday or Saturday, January or December, right? Give them two options for them to pick. They have to pick one of them. And if they really don't want to do it, they'll say, oh, no, I don't want to. And then they mean no, and you can move on to somewhere else and save your energy. But you've got to ask. You've got to give them an option that they have to actually respond to you and say yes or no. So make sure you're actually asking the question, because I was not doing that. I was saying, if you're interested, let me know, because that was safe. I felt like I wasn't being pushy. But asking them the question is not pushy, because they can say no to you. It's okay. I'm looking to fill my calendar for December and January. Which month works better for you to host a party? I really want to get you some free and half price Scentsy. I know you can't wait to get some new fall scents. Why don't we book a party for you so that we can get your friends together too, have a girls' night, it'll be great fun. Which is better, January or December? I know you need to shop for Christmas. We've got some great gift ideas. Why don't we get all your friends together so some of your gifts can be free? Which one do you want to do, November or December? Give them two options. Would you like to book a party? Yes or no? They have to say one or the other. And if you're not letting them giving them the option of saying one or the other, then you're letting them off the hook and they're never going to answer you. If you say, let me know, get back to me if you're interested, they will never call you back. That's you letting them off the hook. They're good. So make sure you're asking the question. Themed parties, we talked about carrying host packets, practice what you'll say, choosing your words matter. Okay, so that's what we were just talking about. Make sure you're actually asking the question. The other thing that people have found nowadays is using the word party or host can sometimes put people off because they think it's just a big sales presentation. So whenever you can say, hey, would you like to have Scentsy Bingo at your house? Would you like to get together for a sip and sniff, right? There's a lot of different ways you can ask people to host a party without saying host and party. So practice that. You can brainstorm some language, brainstorm some options for yourself, and see what you can come up with. If you have ideas, write it in the comments. We need to know. Help each other out. If you have ways of asking people for a party without saying the word party, different ways to say it, would you like to take a show on the go? Write it in the comments so we can share with each other. So that would be an activity. If you do this workshop in person, that's a fun activity that we're going to do. Some objections. We talked about not having party at the house. Offer them a solution. Offer them some options. If they truly just don't want people in their house, they will take one of your options. If it was just an excuse to say no to you, then they'll say no to your options as well, and you'll know you can move on and save your time. But don't turn it into an argument. You're not going to convince people. Sometimes no means not right now. And so you can come back around later, give them some time. Maybe their life is super busy right now. Like for me, I have had so many appointments this last couple of weeks. Doctor's appointments, surgeries. Everybody in our family has got something going on right now. And if somebody had asked me to book a party right now, I'd be like, no, I can't even think about it. But ask me in 3 weeks from now when all the appointments and everything has settled down, I'd be like, yeah, okay, maybe. So sometimes timing is everything. And so don't try to convince people, just be like, all right, fine. When a new catalog comes out, when a new special comes out, when Bring Back My Bar comes out, when you have a sale month, we always have something. That's the cool thing about Scentsy. There's always something. So there's always a reason to go back. Be like, hey, I know you said no last time. I wondered if now is a better time. We've got this cool new thing happening. Are you interested? So it's a great way to come back around to people. Even if they said no before, doesn't mean they will say no always. Think about when you order dessert at a restaurant. You don't order it every time. Sometimes you're stuffed full from your meal and you're like, no, I cannot do dessert. And other days you're like, bring on the chocolate cake. So just because you said no dessert last week doesn't mean you won't say yes this week. So just remember that. It's the same thing with Scentsy parties. Don't be afraid to book way in advance. We talked about booking future months, but I book like 6 to 8 months in advance. I don't even care. I have no shame. I will pick an actual date. Don't just let them give you a month because it won't ever happen. But if you have an actual date, I will book out. Like you saw, my calendar is always all the way through March already. I have parties booked. So don't be afraid to book out into the future. Again, save yourself some stress. When you get there, it'll be all booked up and you'll be like, cool, I have parties. I can just keep rolling. Booking parties at parties is really the easiest thing. So it really only takes 1 or 2. You get 1 or 2 parties to open up your business wide and things start rolling and creating momentum. So a booking blitz is really good for that. Some random show on the goes, people get excited, you just get 1 or 2, and then you use the tricks that we have for booking parties at parties, and that will blow open your business. My favorite booking games at parties are the dice game. I will post instructions because it is too long to go into right now. But it basically uses probability and peer pressure to get people to book parties at the parties. Probably book 80% of my guests or more. Sometimes 100% of the guests book parties at parties when I use a dice game. The last couple of parties I've had, this last party I had, I booked 4 out of 8 guests. And we used the card game, which is you just have a deck of cards. And as people ask questions throughout the presentation or answer questions or they have questions, then you give them cards. I also gave them cards for showing up. I gave them cards for wearing red, white, and blue. I gave them cards for all kinds of different things. And then at the end, I had cards left over, and I said, well, book your party right now, and you get like 5 cards. And they're like, okay, because they want to win the raffle. So we booked. I've also used pick a card. When they walk in, they picked a card. They held on to it the whole time. I didn't tell them what it was for. We wrote the number on their order form. And then at the end of my presentation, before I let them off to sniff, I said, well, you commit to booking your party right now, I will give you a $30 warmer for the price of your card. So if you got a 3, you get a $30 warmer for $3. If you got a 10, you get a $30 warmer for $10. But you have to commit to your party right now. We're going to pick a date today. 4 of them jumped. They want their warmers. Really good deal. I'll take it. Most people are kind of thinking about it anyway. So if you give them an incentive to jump, they will. Those prizes get given to them at their party. When their party closes, qualifying numbers only. If they don't get to 200, they don't get their warmer. So I know they're going to be qualifying warmers. I know those parties are going to stick because they want their warmer. Sometimes you got to give a little to get something back. What else at a party? Booking. So Scent Circle necklaces, right? We've done some team meetings where we've talked about some of these booking games. Scent Circle necklaces, get your host involved. She gets rid of the necklaces by getting people to commit to booking a party, then they get the circle. She gets rid of all of them, then she gets a prize. There's a ton. Business resource section on your workstation, and there is a booklet of party games. It looks like this. Cincy Consultant Library of Party Games. So some of these games are just for fun. They're icebreakers, but there are a lot of games in here that are booking games. I will post links to my dice game in the event. And you can always YouTube. YouTube is your friend. YouTube is your friend. Go to YouTube and search Scentsy booking games, and there's 100 million played in 400 different varieties. So that is always an option. The training center on your workstation also has booking games that you can learn, that you can play at your parties. That's how we book parties, you guys. Ask the question, or you play a game, you give somebody an incentive. That's it. There's no surprise. The biggest part is asking the question that they actually have to answer, making it about them and not you, right? What are they going to get out of it? And then it's a numbers game. So if you haven't booked any parties, you haven't asked enough people. You just got to keep going. There are people out there, lots of them, that want to host Scentsy parties. There are customers out there who are addicted to Scentsy and have tons of warmers in their home and have no consultant. And they really want their fall scents for the holidays. You have to go find them. So do your prospecting. Meet as many people as you can. Put yourself in situations. And then start letting people know. Connect on Facebook. Wear your Scentsy. Bring Scentsy with you wherever you go. Let people know that it's available. And when they see it, they'll be like, is that Scentsy? I need some of that. I need to host a party. I need some stuff. Let's go. You will find those people if you put yourself out there enough. Questions about bookings in the comments, please. What have I not given you? What do you need to know? What questions do you have? But those are the 3 magic things, you guys, seriously. Is just asking a question that they have to answer, using your words, making it about them and not you. And then it's a numbers game. Giving people options, themes, basket parties, events, fundraisers. If they really don't want to party, ask them for a referral. Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody that wants to host a party? Do you know anybody that wants to do a fundraiser? Do you know anybody that of any events that are happening that might need vendors? Asking those questions are super important. So that is booking, but take control of your calendar. Know when you're going to party. Give people options. Let them know when you're available and what you're looking for. It's super important for you to be in control of your business and not let your customers and prospects control your business. You are the CEO. Be the expert. Be the professional. And know what you want. Figure out how much money you want to make. Work backwards. What kind of commission do I want? What kind of PRV would it take to get that commission? How many parties do I need to book in order to get that PRV? About always overbook, because people will cancel, parties will flop, it happens, it's part of business. So don't take it personal. Not everybody wants dessert on every visit to the restaurant, so don't take it personal. I was on a roll and I just lost it. Go book some parties. Have yourself a booking blitz to get you started, because it only takes 1 or 2 to really open things up if you do it right. If you need, oh, this was the other thing I was going to tell you guys. When I started Scentsy, most people that joined Scentsy had been to a Scentsy party at some point. So they've experienced a Scentsy party. They know what it's all about. They know how it works, right? And then you can tweak it, and there's lots of different ways to run them, and you can have it this way or that way or do things a little different. But in general, they have been in that. I know for me, my last 3 recruits did not come from Scentsy parties, and I'm not even sure you guys have ever been to a Scentsy party. So I know that booking your own Scentsy parties can be tricky if you've never been to one. So I would love to offer, if anybody is interested in coming to, I have a couple of events and parties next month that you could tag along if you're interested and you feel like you need that. On YouTube, search Scentsy home parties, and there are people that have videotaped their home party. Some good ones to look at are Katie Farner, Edie Ann on her Beauty and Sense channel. They have recorded themselves doing Scentsy home parties, so you could watch. Fast forward the boring parts. So that is a great way to kind of expose yourself to what it is that you're looking to do, because I know that that might be intimidating for some of you, and you're probably not booking because you're not so excited about doing something that you don't even know what it is. So either reach out to myself. If you are in Maine, you are welcome to attend Melanie's multi-hostess shows. I think it's the first or second Tuesday of every month. You're more than welcome to go. She will run the party. You can watch. She'll use you as a helper, but you don't have to say anything to anybody. So you can watch her and see what it's all about. You're welcome to come with me. If you know of consultants in your area, just ask them, hey, can I tag along to one of your parties? I just want to be exposed and see how it all works. It is no shame in that game, so make sure if that is something you feel would help you out to reach out to people and ask. And anybody is welcome to my parties if you're local to me. So just let you know which ones are ones that people are coming to. So that is one thing I wanted to put out there. It's important because I know it used to be that most people, consultants had been to a party. That's usually where we find our consultants on our team members, is at parties. But more and more these days with social media, I think people are joining and have never been to a Scentsy party. And it's not a bad thing. And yes, you can build a very successful Scentsy business without going to a Scentsy party or having one yourself. It is very possible. Lots of people do it. But home parties are where it's at. I'm sorry. There's so much less work. Anyway, any other questions? Oh, look, I did it again. I'm so sorry, you guys. My scroll bar is up, so I can't see. Oh, no, it's not. That's it. It's not working. So you guys are probably commenting all day long, and I'm not seeing any of them. Okay, here we go. I'm so right. Seeing the free time will be a huge help. Yes, it does. Just starting to have a couple bags ready to go. Another stress reliever when they're ready to go when you need them. Yes, take that off your plate. Somebody calls you and says, okay, I want a basket, and you don't have anything ready. Now you've got to put it together. Well, if you've already got them together, you don't have to worry about the time factor ahead of time. Proper prior planning, you guys, seriously. When we get to customer service, I'll show you how I pre-plan all my bagging too. It's so helpful. The littlest things make such a big difference. All right, if there are no questions about bookings, again, if you're watching the replay or you think of a question later, feel free to post it in the comments. I will be happy to reply and answer them as we go. If you feel like you need more ideas or more suggestions, here's the thing. I know everybody's always looking for like the magic bullet, and really we're dealing with humans, so every interaction is going to be a little bit different. Prospecting, meeting as many people as you can, and then asking the question. That's really all it is. And then it's a numbers game. Again, if you're not getting bookings yet, you've not talked to enough people. So keep going. You never know when it's going to hit, and then that one party will turn into two. So, and I will tell you, I have 5 minutes over, but I'll just very quickly. When I started this business, so host your own party. If you can get somebody else to do it, host your own, and then use the booking games to book parties at your party, right? So that's another great tip. Whenever you're like struggling and you don't have anything going on, host your own party. Don't expect other people to host if you're not willing to. So I hosted my own open house. They'll kick off my business, and I'm so excited, and I set it all up, and I got all dressed, and I was all ready to go, and I sat, and I sat, and I sat for 3 hours, and then I cried because nobody showed up. Not one person. So first of all, lesson learned, complete flop failure of a party, still became a star director. 8 years later, I'm running my business successfully. So one party does not make or break your business. Keep that in mind. But a couple of days later, I got an email, and she said, well, I couldn't come to your party, but I got your invitation, and I'm interested in hosting my own. So excited. That party had 2 guests. That's it. But I used my dice game, and I booked both of those guests. One of those parties I went to had lots of people, and she booked 6 parties from her. One of those 6, I don't even remember what the rest did, but one of the 6 had a huge crowd. We booked 10. So very quickly, my calendars were filling up, right? So one of the 6 booked 10. Imagine what the other 5 had done. More and more and more. So it really only takes one person to host a party with 2 guests, blew up my business, and less than a year later, I was the director. So you never know where it's going to come from. You just have to continue to prospect, continue to ask, continue to put yourself out there, and it will show up. And if it's not yet, you just have to keep going because you haven't asked enough people. It's a numbers game. This business is a numbers game, and that's all there is to it. Yes, what you say matters. Yes, what you do matters. It's got to be about them. It can't be about you, right? But it's largely a numbers game. So go have yourself a booking blitz, book some parties, get some bags ready, and share them with your favorite customers. Borrow bags are a great thing too. You can give somebody a borrow bag, ask them to test the product out or try something new that they haven't tried before, and then turn that into a party. You love it? Great. Go tell your friends, collect a few orders. I'll give you some for free. It's all about them. All right, it's time to go. I hope you got something out of this. I would love to hear if you learned something. What was your biggest aha takeaway? I know Amy is going to go out and buy a new planner. But if you had your biggest takeaway or learned something, I'd love if you would comment. If you're in the replay, let us know. If you have any other questions at all, comment. And I will be back tomorrow from my car because I will be delivering in Orlando for day 3 of the 6 skills of the selling system. I have to be really careful when I say that. Tomorrow we're talking about host coaching. So we met all the people, we booked the parties, now we have to coach our host. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow so that you can have the most successful parties ever. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Bye for now.